Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 9, I believe. Episode 2, I believe. But if I'm wrong, hell, the the correct shit will be at the top, you know, darlings. I'm counting down the days for Mariah Carey's premiere of her new show on E. Ah, dolls. It's premiering on one of my aunt's birthday, Alfreda King. So shouts out to her and shouts out to Mariah. So I'm so very excited about it, darlings. All right. So let's just get straight to it. Okay. What happened, y'all? Okay. Oh, it left off where it began where it left off last week. Okay, Kenya's having a party at her house. It's unfinished, but whatever. So she's having a house, and everybody done came in, and everybody done shaded the kids on the way in. Okay, so we left off where Portia and Phaedra came in. Portia came in. I see you in a long time, child. Just speaking to people, and it's like, Portia, you weren't invited, sis. So Kenya was coming down the steps, and Portia was greeting everybody, and then here comes Kenya. Kenya was just like, "Oh, hey, Portia, hey." Y'all notice Portia and Kenya don't hug each other; they just speak and be like, "Hey, how you doing?" It's petty, but whatever. So she was like, Kenya, she was like, "Hey, Portia, can I have a conversation with you really quick?" Oh, my teeth look really white. That's good. Y'all, my teeth got chipped in the back, child. I ain't gonna get too close. But it got chipped in the back. I bit down on some damn trail mix. Y'all know the ones that got the tropical trail mix with the dried bananas and the papayas and all that. I bit down on some nuts and somehow it chipped my damn tooth. And I kept feeling something hard in my mouth, and I was just like, I already swallowed those damn nuts. What could it be? And child, it was a piece of my tooth. I like to died. And no tooth fairy came the next day, so I like to died. That bitch is a lie. She's a tramp, whoever she is, and I'm gonna smack the hell out of her when I meet her. So I gotta go to the dentist, child, and get that whole thing fixed and all that. It was a mess. It's probably from eating all that damn candy at work. Because you just need candy. You need something in your mouth to keep you up, working 10 hours a day, 40, sometimes 50, sometimes 55 hours, sometimes 60 hours a week. You just, in between, your breaks when you can get a little snack at the vending machine, you need, you just need to chew some. But I don't know. God, y'all pray for me with the whole mouth moment. But I would much rather go to the dentist than go to the eye doctor. I hate going to the eye doctor. I hate anybody messing with my eyes, blowing smoke in my eyes, putting drops in my eyes. My eyes are very sensitive, and I do not like that. So I would much rather somebody drill some holes or whatever the hell in my mouth than goop the girls with their vision. All right, because I don't have to smile. I just like to. Okay, so anyway, Kenya called Portia out there to talk, and it was just like everybody was just like, "Oh hell, here we go, here we go." Portia gets out there, and Kenya was just like, "Oh hi, yeah, I don't really want to make this awkward, but I really didn't invite you, so it's just kind of like, it's just kind of awkward. I don't want to like cause a scene." And Portia's just like, "Okay, that's fine." And Portia just walked off. She said bye to everybody and all that. And good old anger management is working, Portia. That's good. I know you want to cuss her ass out and snatch her. But Portia walked out, and since Phaedra brought Portia with her as her plus one, Phaedra decided to leave as well, which is the appropriate thing to do. So both Phaedra and them left. So we have this new girl, which is Candy's friend, I believe. We have Candy, Kenya, and Sheree. They're all sitting around talking about it, be like, "What the hell happened? Like, what's tea?" And Candy, Sheree was throwing shots, and she was just like, I had to, I don't know, I had to damn leave, and I mean, I had to put her out, and it is what it is. She wasn't invited, and just making comments. I was just like, Lord. So then Sheree, she ends up coming outside to check on Phaedra and Portia. And Phaedra, they all they do is read each other all day. Phaedra's outside talking about this would be a great um setting or a great house for a haunted movie. And I died. Um Y'all know I'm Team Twirl. I love Kenya, but I don't have an issue with reading her when she's wrong or anybody else for that matter. I have to be fair to the people because the reality of it is I don't know any of these heifers, okay? And then nobody giving me no coins, okay? So I can say whatever, okay? So they went outside and Sheree was just like, child, I can't see, I can't walk in this damn driveway. So Sheree offered to take the girls home. But I thought they came in the same car, so I don't whatever. Okay, so they all went out back up to the street. So we get to the next day, out of Kenya's dungeon. So the next day, it's the next day, and I just said that like four times. And Phaedra actually met up with Kenya. This is quite a jump. This is quite a shock. Because we all know the crazy shit that went on between Phaedra and Kenya. So the fact that Phaedra and Kenya was out together alone without security around, I'm sure they were somewhere. It was amazing to me because they've never been around each other where it was just them two, except way before everything went down between them. So I was just like, damn, this is so interesting. But they met up, and Phaedra was just asking Kenya about everything and what's been going on with you. Um, and Kenya was just like, yeah, Matt came by. Oh, Matt, his crazy ass came down the driveway. Um, crazy cat shit. And he had a conversation with Kenya at her party. They went off into a room and they talked, and he was just like, I'm sorry for everything that I did, and they talking back and forth. We built this house together, yada 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 yada. So it's interesting, Kenya, how you're so quick to forgive a man, but you don't want to forgive Portia or whatever, or just simply let it go. But whatever, that's your dick. I get it. Portia ain't sleeping with you. Portia ain't doing nothing for you really, so I get it, I guess. So they're talking, and Phaedra's just like, you know what? I'm doing all right. The whole divorce thing is going down, and I'm just ready to get a divorce and ready to get it over with. Okay, Shady Faye Faye. You knew what that man was doing, child. You probably helped his ass out. No tea, no shade. It was so damn good. So Portia Phaedra was just like, I also brought you here because Portia wanted to invite you to this whole little event that they're having. And Kenya was just like, well, child, I need to be publicly invited, by Kenya and everything. Like, what's tea? And Phaedra, she threw up her leg trying to act like Portia and was just like, would you come to my event? Yada yada. So, Portia's having this whole little fun event where she's inviting all the girls, even Kenya. On the other side of town, though, we have Sheree and Portia meeting up. That's a two little shady bunch. Them two. Sheree, for the most part, she pretty much gets along with everybody right now. And Sheree was just like, I just been working in the house and this and the house and that. And Portia was just like, child, I would have been in that house with a damn air mattress, how long it done took. And Sheree was just like, no, I just wanted to be perfect. And I'm meeting with interior designers and I'm supposed to be moving in 6 weeks, yada yada, chateau. And they started talking about Kenya's house. And it was just like, child, she need more work. More Manna needs more work. And Portia starts to tell Sheree about everything that's, about the whole event that she's planning for the girls. And, she invited Kenya, and Sheree was just like, well, are you going to kick Kenya out? And Portia was just like, yeah, that's why I invited Kenya to, kick her out. But then they started laughing, so she's obviously not going to kick Kenya out. So Portia is trying to be the bigger person, and which I do appreciate that. Um, when Kenya still throws her little shots and try to be funny and be hateful and be mean, it's not really working like that anymore. So yeah, I just wasted some tea on my damn laptop. Oh, annoying. Okay, so I don't even know how the hell it got up there, to be honest. But okay, um, let's see. Cynthia, she had a scene with her daughter Noelle, who's adorable, who looks just like Sheree's daughter, except shorter. And she had a conversation with her, and Noelle was just like, it's just so weird now since Peter's not here, and you think that I never heard anything, but I used to hear y'all arguing all the time. And then she gonna ask Cynthia, did she have low self esteem? And Cynthia was just like, what? What makes you think I had low self esteem? And Noelle was like, anybody who would let anybody talk to them like that obviously has to have low self esteem. And I was just like, damn, that's kind of deep. You want to slap the hell out of her, as a mother, as a parent, but you like, damn, that's kind of deep. So Cynthia gets a little emotional. She hugs Noelle, and they had a whole little mother daughter moment. It was adorable. So speaking of Cynthia, Cynthia had a scene with the Black Knight, which is Peter. And they were talking, and they started to get a little emotional. Peter brings up the fact that he had recently was in the hospital, and when they asked him if something was to happen, who do you call, if something was to go down? And Cynthia was just like, oh, you wouldn't say me? And Peter was just like, no, I wouldn't say you anymore because we're no longer together, which is, the sad truth. But Cynthia was just like, you know what? Just because we're not together doesn't mean that I still don't care about you, and we can still be friends and yada yada. I don't know about that whole thing. I ain't never been really in a relationship period, and I ain't never been married, obviously. But that, I mean, you obviously still care about the person, and hopefully you can end the marriage on good terms, and hopefully y'all can be friends, which is great. But I feel like in this case Peter is just, he's trying to make Cynthia feel bad, and God forbid something do happen and she comes to the hospital, then they bond again and they think about working it out again. It's just, I just feel like he's trying to, come up with anything so that him and Cynthia can stay together or some shit. I don't know. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. But they're, talking and talking, and they, both start to get a little emotional. And Peter actually called on the phone. He called Cynthia's attorney. He was just like, look, just get me the paper, get me the paperwork. Anything I need to do, I will surely do it for her. And Cynthia was just like, look, I still love you, I still care about you, but we can just not be together. We can't be married. And so, at least they're trying to work it out, I guess, on good terms. But the season just started, so I'm sure it's gonna get a little ugly. We might have a little, roll around in the dirt moment. So that should be interesting. Let's see. Okay. Candy. The whole thing about the open up the restaurant, the old LG, which is Candy Mama, um, Joyce, Bertha, which is her aunt, and Nora, her other aunt. They're opening up this whole restaurant, OLG, old lady gangs, OLGs, yeah. Um, which is the stupidest restaurant name I've ever heard in my life, but whatever. So they were supposed to been in the restaurant, but because they had to, set the money back, or I guess for Ace or whatever. I don't even. It was stupid for them to try to open up a restaurant while she was getting ready to give birth. Like, well, she was on the, way to give birth eventually. And I was just like, why are y'all trying to open up a restaurant and she's pregnant now, like good and pregnant, like showing and everything. So the restaurant has been set back. It was supposed to open on Candy's birthday, which was May 17th, and I believe it's gonna open now. They said um on August. So now it's what, November. So I wonder if it's open now. Y'all let me know if Candy aunt and mom of them restaurant is open. Y'all let me know, because I have no idea. Maybe I'll Google it and see, but whatever. So they meet up. The OLGs. It was really cute seeing them again. I really love doing impressions of them. And Nora them. Hey baby, hey Candy baby. And, Joyce, and it's just a mess. Nobody's gonna mess with my candy. Karma. I love it. And everybody's up for the whole, getting everything together, taking pictures and all that, except for Bertha, which is, I believe, the oldest sister. She's just really not into the whole fame thing, spotlight thing, taking pictures, signing autographs and all that shit. She's not that girl. She was just like, well, I'm with it, but I just don't want to do that. And they was just like, okay, well, you know what, Bertha, we're gonna work with you. So they sped off and had their whole moment. But before that, I believe, they had met up at the candy factory. It was Candy, Todd. No, it was Candy, Joyce, a guy who works with Candy. I forgot his name, not Don Juan, but the other guy. And they was talking. They started talking about Phaedra. Joyce made some jokes about Phaedra, saying that she need to be in the jail cell with her husband, and all this shady stuff that she be doing. And because Joyce brought up the whole Kenya's event, and she was just like, "What happened?" And the first thing that was out of Candy's mouth was just like, "Well, Candy threw Portia out the building." Yeah, I don't know why she threw Portia out. And Mama Joyce was like, "Well, I don't know why Phaedra would invite Portia there when she know that Portia and Kenya don't like each other." So, Mama was just like, you know what, and she need to be in the jail cell with her husband. And in the state of Georgia, that if you've been married with somebody for more than 2 years, that you can get a divorce early or something, she said. So the guy looked it up, and it definitely was a fact. Mama Joyce up dancing and acting a fool. So Mama Joyce back to her old shenanigans, we see. So I guess we just got to deal with it, child. Cause Candy's never, ever, 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 ever gonna check her mama ever. Okay, so the last scene was the girl. I'm sorry for this camera that keeps stopping, y'all. It is what it is. Um, so the last scene was all the girls. They went to this whole little activity, little obstacle course, clue, think, miss solve the mystery type of event. It was really cute, actually, where they were both in a room, each room, and they had to like solve clues, basically, to like solve the mystery or whatever. It was a cute activity versus just going out to eat and dinner and all that. So who arrived first to the event was Phaedra, and then Candy came in. And it was so awkward between Candy and Phaedra. So sad how their friendship has unfolded. So they both came in, and they really didn't say anything to each other. Then Sheree came, and that broke the ice a little bit because they're both cool with Sheree. And then Portia came in, all bouncing and bubbly and happy in her braids. And she, talked about everything and what they got going and all that. And it was funny because Sheree asked Phaedra and Candy, did they come together? And Candy was just like, no, we didn't come together. We didn't come together. And Phaedra's just like, we ain't come together, child. So Kenya and Cynthia came in, and Kenya and Cynthia was more dressed up than everybody. And I'm just like, did anybody get the memo? Like they all had on different shit. And I was just like, Kenya had on like some fancy ass little jumpsuit moment with heels, and I'm just like, the only person that came dressed and appropriate is Sheree, Phaedra, and Portia, I believe, and I believe Candy. But everybody else is just, like, what the hell y'all got on? But that leaves everybody, this everybody except for Cynthia and Kenya. So, Portia split up the teams, and she actually Portia was just like, okay, I'm gonna be on the team with Cynthia and Kenya, and y'all three are gonna be a team, meaning Phaedra, Candy, and Sheree. Sheree was throwing shade the whole time. She was just like, their team is weak. They're on the team with a supermodel, with Kenya, who can't get along with The Rock, and with Portia, who's the blonde. And I died, which is kind of all true. Um, and Candy and Phaedra, they was kind of having issues communicating and figuring out the clues. And Candy was just like, sometimes when somebody's very book smart, that book smart don't really help them in the long run with everything. Oh God, I missed the show. So it was just so funny to me. I love it. Okay, and so nobody solved the obstacle course. For them, both teams sucked and they took too long. I probably would have sucked too because it's not my thing. figuring out clues and mystery and all that kind. Mm-mm. Well, I don't know. I've never tried it before. I just don't think I'll be good at something like that. Shit, I hate damn word puzzles. It just makes my head hurt looking at all them damn words and squares. But hell, who knows? Maybe I'll try it one day. It might be a good thing to bring like some friends to or whatever. Y'all try to figure it out. Y'all split up. It's kind of fun, right? Yeah. Then y'all go out to eat afterwards. Yes. And drinks. Yes. And maybe the club. Yes. Okay, so okay. Everything was going fine. Everybody was semi being cordial and getting along. But then Kenya, she started it with She-Hulk, She by Sheree. Kenya started talking to Sheree. She was just like, "Oh yeah, Sheree, I heard that you had some shit, that you was talking shit about, my house not being finished." Well, Sheree was just like, "Girl, everybody said something about your house, and it's not finished. So what?" And Kenya was just like, for somebody who took 5 years to get their house done and all that. And Sheree was just like, hold up. I built my shit from the ground up and I tried to be cool with you. This whole time Sheree was talking to Kenya, I could see Sheree trying to, be cool with Kenya and trying to, she was saying that we could both work together and all that. And Kenya just didn't want to hear the shit. And she was just like, um, I think Kenya called her a bitch, and then Sheree like put her hands in her face, and Kenya was just like, "Move your hand," and Sheree was just like, "Who gonna check me, boo? Who gonna check me?" So Sheree and Kenya together is really funny. So what did Kenya say that I died laughing on? It was something I cannot remember, but it was really funny. But Kenya decides to walk off. And Sheree was just like, "Oh, where you going, bitch?" You know, Sheree known for following people. Remember when Nene and Sheree had that argument at the little coffee shop? And Sheree got up and followed Nene out the restaurant. Um, Sheree, she'll follow the girl. She gonna finish her argument. Kenya, she walks off and she twirls, and Sheree was just like, "Look at you twirling with your unfinished ass house." I love it. I do. So funny. Um, I don't take, Sheree and Kenya's little spat back and forth that they're gonna be giving this whole season. I don't take that seriously, because usually, it's just kind of one sided as far as like Kenya starting it first usually, then Sheree just takes it up. But Sheree do, make smart comments and say shit, but they all say shade each other. So, but as far as Kenya and Sheree, I don't think it's gonna be anything like really serious between them. They're gonna fall out. Like it's just all fun shade back and forth, which I enjoy. I think that's pretty much it, y'all, that happened on this episode. Um, Y'all let me know if I forgot anything in the comments. I don't think I did, but just let me know. I'm Mr. Chilaki. Mr. Chilaki on Google Plus. Follow me at ITSKINGWORLD on Twitter. Chase King was on Facebook. At ITSKINGWORLD on Instagram. At ITSKINGWORLD89 on Snapchat the kids. Snapchat the kids. Like, comment, subscribe. All the good stuff. Share, darlings. And that's it. I'll see you guys next week. Real Housewives of Atlanta. It's getting good, y'all. It's kind of fun. It's kind of fun. Y'all let me know if y'all miss Nene on the show, by the way. I kind of do, but then it's just kind of like the show's been going on so long. It seemed like without her, it's just like whatever. I kind of think about her sometimes. I do miss her on there. So child, let me go.